Hey guys, it's Reese. Welcome back to the channel. So, I did just make a post on my YouTube channel about the Porsche cars, Porsche roof, and RWB Porsche cars for this live stream before going to do this live stream today. I know it's a little bit before 11, but I thought I'd start this anyways because the sooner I start it, the longer I will actually have to do this live. Because I know there are quite a few people who may or may not be subscribed to my channel who like Porsche roof and RWB Porsche cars. So yeah, that's why I decided to do this live stream. Hey Anthony, thanks for joining. You guys, if you haven't checked out Anthony's channel over at CarSpotter 2.0, it's a really great, awesome channel. I mean, he does stuff outside of diecast cars actually. So I just thought I'd mention that. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, you definitely should. But anyways, back to the topic of the Porsche roof and RWB cars. The one in my left hand is the Muscle Machines RWB 911, 930 Turbo, and then the one in my right hand is the Speed Machines non-chase 911 GT3 RS. And the 60 on there for this one means 60 years of Porsche, by the way, in case you didn't all notice that. The number 60 on here does not mean this is the 60th Porsche they made of this car, or that this was the 60th one Hot Wheels had made of this Porsche car. It just means that this is celebrating 60 years of Porsche as the actual car manufacturer in real life. So yeah, that's why the number 60 is on that car. Yeah, this one is a 911. It's actually an RWB 911. It's an RWB Porsche 911 930 Turbo. This one's kind of like a modded out version because it's from Muscle Machines. I do actually have this one as a Hot Wheels Premium car in purple, which I will be showing in this live stream actually as well. I do have quite a few mini GT cars I will be showing in here as well too, actually. Kind of want to show I want to show a car that wasn't shown in the previous live stream I did on Sunday of last weekend, or yesterday, which was Tuesday of this week. And I want to show it because this was a special car that I was talking about that I got from eBay. This was cost-wise probably runs about $60, 60 US American dollars, that is. I don't know how much this would be outside of USA because you would have to, figure it out in whatever country you're living in to figure out the price on this, because this one was from eBay. Walmart, Target, King Soopers will not sell this one. The reason is it's much bigger than most Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars, and it's much bigger in size than most premium cars that Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Autoworld, Johnny Lightning, Greenlight, Tarmac Works would make. Well, not Greenlight per se, because Greenlight does make 124 scale cars, but this is a 143rd scale car, and they have super high details on these things, so that's why you wouldn't see them in Walmart, Target, or King Super stores, because this thing is just way too special looking. Now, what I'm about to show you is a very special car from 2016 24 Hours of Le Mans. This car actually won the entire race. You heard that right. This one won the entire race. I present to you the 2016 winner of 24 Hours of Le Mans, Porsche 919 Hybrid number 2. That's the racing number. And it has 3 different drivers that won the race for this car. And here it is. It's from IXO Models. This is not a scale, scale like electric, some sort of slot car thing. This is not a slot car. This is actually a 143rd scale model diecast car, and look at all the details on this beautiful race car that they did from IXO Models with Porsche. Yeah, this is the one that won Le Mans in 2016, by the way, just in case I hadn't made that clear. And yes, this is the box it does come in. And like I said, this one ran me about close to $60, I believe, from a seller on eBay. But again, it's not about the price, it's just about the cars. And if the cars make you happy, that's why you end up getting them. So that's what I said in the live stream on yesterday, because someone kept saying that, why is he talking about prices of cars? And I'm saying, I'm not talking about the prices to say that everything's expensive. I'm just saying, ignore the prices. That's what I paid for them, because those cars made me happy. So that's the only reason why I was mentioning the prices of, all those cars. Anyways, back to the cars for this here live. Let's see. I mean, yeah, this one has a very special place in my diecast cars collection, because it's not only a Porsche, it's a hybrid, it's a V4 engine. This one produces, I believe, 500 horsepower or possibly more than that. I think this one's supposed to produce 900 horsepower with the V4 and the hybrid put together. So yeah, this one produces 900 horsepower, and this thing can go about 230 to 250 miles per hour on the Le Mans track, which is fast for a Porsche race car. So yeah. I'm just getting the Mini GT boxes ready, because that's how many Mini GT cars will be shown in this live stream, which is quite a few actually. Most of the Mini GT cars I will be showing are more Porsche than roof cars actually. So I just thought I'd let you know that ahead of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll be showing 11 Mini GT Porsche and or roof cars, mostly Porsche cars, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so way more than half of them are Porsche cars actually. So 7 out of the 11 will be on Porsche cars, and the other remaining 4 will be the roof cars. Yep. Speaking of the Porsche cars, here's a tiny one. It's a tiny Porsche Cayman. Now this is the really old Porsche Cayman from like the early 2000s in here. I think this one came out in like 2004 to like 7, I think, somewhere in that time frame. I'm not exactly sure when this one came out as the actual real life car, not this tiny Hot Wheels car. Now I have no clue how much this thing's going for online, but frankly I don't care, because this tiny thing just looks really cool, and it makes me happy to have something this special and unique as a Hot Wheels car in my collection. I'm going to save that towards the end of the live stream, because it's the only chase Porsche car that I have officially. Mini GT does have chase cars, so they would have all the different chase cars of the Porsche and roof cars, but I don't even want to know how much those things would have cost. But I'm probably going to say like those are probably like $60 to $100+ most likely. But again, I didn't care about the prices. But because Mini GT are so exclusive and rare, these things are only found in specialty shops, more special than Hobby Lobby even actually. And because of that, and they always have limited production numbers on the Mini GT cars for the Porsche and roof ones, you won't find them anywhere else actually. So yeah, just letting you know that. There is another person in here. I don't know who they are, but thank you for joining the live. Whoever the second person that's here right now in this live stream is, thank you for joining. Here's this one. You did see it yesterday in yesterday's live stream. Now, this one is kind of in a way a replacement for a different Porsche car that I had, because after opening it, the wing fell off completely because of something that happened to it. I can't exactly recall what happened to it, but it didn't make me happy that it happened, because I'm like, I just ruined a $30+ toy car. I think it was, because I think it was $29.99 for that thing, because it was Gulf Racing colors, same design as this one, just Gulf Racing colors. And I'm like, well, there goes that money out the door, unfortunately. All right, so it keeps saying that there's 2 people here. Now, I'm not saying anyone has to be in chat mode, but it just says there's 2 people watching. But I honestly am very unsure of who's watching right now, because I know Anthony from his channel, he just left the live stream. So now I'm really confused as to who's actually in the live stream right now. So, yeah. That kind of makes it a little confusing. Oh, shoot. I just messed up the box, I think. Nope, it's safe. It is a little bent up there. Yeah, it's still a little bent, but to be honest, it's better bent and protected in this box than taking it fully out of the box and this thing as well, and fully opened, because this is a collectible car, not a car I would use for toy car, hockey, baseball, stuff like that kind of Porsche car. Oh, actually, I just realized there's 12. There's 12 Porsche cars I'm gonna be showing. Well, 12 combined Porsche and roof cars from Mini GT that I will be showing in this very live stream today. It's probably not a bad idea to get some other cars shown out of the way. Hot Wheelian, hey, I've never heard of your channel, Hot Wheelian. I don't know if you're a new channel or not. You might be a new subscriber to my channel because I've never seen you in my live streams or comments before on videos from ones I made this week or last weekend or as of this month so far. This one is a Matchbox one. I do actually have an open one, but this one's staying carded because I really do like this car. And yeah, it's just a really nice looking Porsche. This is the newest Porsche Cayenne Turbo in red from that Porsche series. It came along with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other cars, so 7 cars in total, I believe. Unless it's 6 and I miscounted. Oh yeah, it is 6 because they put 2 on the top and 4 on the bottom. So actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5, not 6 cars. Accidentally miscounted 1 somehow. So yeah, this is a set of 6 Porsche cars. Now, I have seen a majority of them, but the ones I haven't seen were the 911 Rally and the 911 GT3 from this set. Because I believe the 911 GT3 was green, and I believe the 911 Rally from this set was black. But those two must have been super popular because I only saw the Cayenne Turbo, the Cayman, the 914, and the Panamera. And yeah. I guess those two cars from this set were really popular. I mean, every car from this set seemed to be really popular in its own different way because this set was only sold at Walmart stores in the USA, and I believe Walmart stores or possibly other stores if you're in Canada, because the stores are completely different in Canada. But I do know that they have Walmart, but they call it something different out there, I believe, in Canada. So yeah, this one's staying unopened. All right, I'm going to also be showing these along with the Mini GT cars for the Power 64 ones. So why don't I just jump into the ones I have in here. This is a mixture of Hot Wheels and Matchbox and other brands. And there's some premium ones in here too, actually. Now I have to take these two out at the same time because technically one's the street road going version. Although technically they don't call it that, but technically this would be considered the street road going version. The only reason I say that is because there's 2 seats in here, and there's most race cars, if you were to think of it, have just 1 seat unless you have a co-driver in the same car at the same time with you to make sure you don't, oversteer into a turn or, understeer or brake too soon, or you're going too fast or too slow on the track for a race car, for Porsche or any kind of race car. But that's the only reason I mentioned that, because most race cars only have 1 seat in most of them, unless you have a co-driver, like I said. 2 911 GT1s one's from Hot Wheels, one's from Matchbox. This is the Matchbox one. It is kind of a bit more beaten up, but it's been in my collection for a relatively long time, so you can understand why it's like that now. It's been used a lot for racing and stuff like that. Now, I did see this one at an antique shop not too long ago, actually, but I don't really recall how much it was, and I felt kind of silly buying another of this one, because the only problem is this wing likes to be a little flimsy at times. Not so flimsy like it's going to break off in a way, but just flimsy as in, like, it can't stay in the position it's supposed to be stable in for the Hot Wheels car. Now, this is more of the fully detailed 911 GT1 race car from the late 90s. Now, Hot Wheelin', since you are here, I don't know if you saw my live stream from Sunday, which was about 3 to 4 days ago, last weekend on my channel, because if not, I'll put the link in this live stream comment section or the chat mode, one of the two, to have people get entered into my 400 subscriber shout out contest thing, which will be ending Saturday or Sunday of this weekend. I'm not sure which day, but probably more likely Sunday, most likely, just because I'll have more time to get that video set up, kind of thing. Here's a Hot Wheels 935 from Porsche. This is the new 935, not the old one. And actually, I do have the old one. It's just not right in this very thing at the moment. So this new 935 is supposed to reach a top speed of, I believe, like 240 miles per hour. I don't know the horsepower on this car because it's a track-only car. And yeah. Now, for that live stream, Hot Wheelian, you're going to want to comment 400 or hashtag 400 if you want to be entered in that subscriber shout-out thing ending this Sunday, which is this weekend, which is one day before the 29th or 30th, I believe, of May. It's the last Sunday of this month. So this Sunday, the last Sunday of this month, is when I'll be closing the 400 subscriber shout-out thing. Well, technically Saturday. It will close Saturday, and I'll have the subscribers mentioned on that video for the shout-out thing on Sunday. So the entries will end Saturday, the day before the shout-out happens. I'll probably pick the winners on Saturday as well, actually. And then Sunday, I'll have the video with all the winners. Because Sunday, I'll write the winners down on a piece of paper. So here's this 935 from Hot Wheels. This one's from Deutschland Design. It's a premium one, which is why it has the rubber tires, as you can tell. Because see, I'm able to do that with it. If these were plastic, you couldn't take them off as easily compared to the rubber tire ones. Now, I don't know if I'll have time to get through every single car in this live stream because I do have quite a lot of them, but I will try to get through as many Porsche and roof cars in this live stream as best as I can. So yeah, although I'm just saying this right now, if anyone does have a certain one they want to see from my Porsche roof cars, please let me know before I just decide to just show them all. I mean, I technically did want to show them all anyways, but if you have a certain one that you want to see at any point in the live stream, don't hesitate. Just ask if I have it, and if I do, I'll show it. If not, then I won't be able to show it. It's as simple as that for this Porsche with RWB diecast cars special showcase live stream. This is a Sparky one. This is kind of like a slot car like one. Yes, the mirror on the right-hand side is missing, unfortunately. It did fall off, but as long as the spoiler in one of the two mirrors is still on, it still looks pretty much like a nice Porsche 911 RSR race car. This one, I don't know if it was in Le Mans or not, but it looks like it might have been in some sort of racing event of some kind. It was Le Mans, ALMS, IMSA, or some sort of really long racing event of some sort. Here's one from Matchbox. It's a Panamera Turbo. Now, I'm just going to say this in my view of things. Not everyone's hugely into the Panameras, but I kind of like some of them, just not all of them. Thanks for having the 4 people show up in this live. that was really appreciated. That there was 4 people in here before it went back down to 2. I do really appreciate that. But yeah, just like I said, if you have any Porsche RWB or roof car you want to see in this live stream, please don't hesitate to ask and just let me know if you want to see one. Because this is just a Porsche RWB roof diecast cars focused live stream. Just thought I'd mention that. Now the thing is, I'm only showing cars, 1 or 2 at a time. Sometimes it'll be 2 cars at a time, sometimes it'll be 1, so hopefully you're all okay with that. And the reason is because some of them are a bit more special than others, which is why I have to take a bit better care of them, which is why sometimes I'll have only 1 car get shown at a time instead of 2, because some of them are a bit more special, premium collector like for my collection. J&J Hot Wheels, hey, thanks for joining. That's fine. Just stay for as long as you're able to, and if you have to leave, that's totally understandable. This is a majorette Porsche 934 RSR Turbo, I believe, or RSR in general. This is a racing one from Majorette. Now, this Majorette Porsche car, if you're wondering how I was actually able to get this one into my collection, this one wasn't bought at Color Diecast, actually. I think this was bought at a Target store. I can't remember where exactly, but I do believe this was from a Target store. Either in Arizona or Colorado. But I can't remember which state it was, but it was a Target store I went to in one of those 2 states. I don't think it was the one out in Arizona, though, so it was some relatively close Target store that I got it from. Now, this is the old 935, and I want to, well, actually, no, that's not really the old, it's not really considered the 935, and the only reason I say that is because technically they call this one the 934.5, unless this is a 935. Nope, it is a 935. Never mind what I said. So, old 935 is blue from Hot Wheels, and here's the new one in red from Hot Wheels. Now, this red almost makes you think it would be like a red edition from Target, but it's not, because it's not in the shinier, more metallic-y looking red colors like they use for the red edition ones. If the full exterior is going to be painted red, because the red editions from Hot Wheels, if it's a full exterior red painted one, if they were to do this one in that red color, it would be much more shinier looking. Not much diecast toy stuff. I'm just doing a special live stream showing all my Porsche roof RWB Porsche cars in this live stream today. And actually, I apparently had more time to do this than I thought, because originally I realized that I had to rush and go somewhere at some time this afternoon, and then I realized I don't have to do that, actually. And speaking of Porsche, I have my hill climb hat on, and I'm wearing the Porsche shirt right now too, actually. And I was actually thinking of wearing this shirt way ahead of the live stream, because I'm like, if I'm doing this live stream with these diecast cars, the Porsche roof RWB ones, I gotta wear the Porsche shirt, because otherwise it would seem silly not to wear it. Here's some Porsche race cars from Hot Wheels Premiums. 962, 962C, I believe. Well, they're both the 962, it's just that they look completely different, though. I think this is the 962C, and this is the regular one, but I could be wrong. Yeah, see, they look completely different, actually, if you ask me. They look similar, but just not quite the same, though. Yeah, they did call this one the 962C, I believe, actually, because this one's more the original. So this is the 962, and then this is the 962C, I believe, from Hot Wheels and their premium lines from Team Transport and just premium cars in general. Here's a wasn't this one from that Porsche set? I think. Yeah, so this is the Cayman from that Porsche that goes along with the yellow Panamera that I was somehow lucky enough to get, I believe. Because I think that Panamera was yellow or red from that set, I think. And the Cayman came in this color from that Porsche set from Matchbox. So I was actually able to obtain the Cayman. I think I have 2 or 3 cars from that set. I can't quite confirm if that yellow Panamera Turbo is from the Porsche set, or if it was from the Matchbox 5-pack of some sort. It's from one of the two. Here's a Hot Wheels 914 Safari. This is a really nice looking one. I'm just trying to show all these cars, relatively quick, but not super quick. I think I've shown almost all the cars from this side of this storage case thing. Just checking to be sure. Yeah, because the only other ones I have to show from here are mostly mini GT cars. Whoops, that was silly. Oh, shoot. Is that paint from this car? I don't know what that is, but it looks like some paint or something got scratched off the car. I really can't see it. It's really hard to tell where that would have came off of, though. It doesn't look like anything got scratched on that car. I don't know exactly what Porsche this is, but I do know it is a Porsche because, well, obviously it looks like one. This is from a very old vintage Hot Wheels Porsche 5-pack, and I'm not sure if this is the 930 Turbo or the 934 or a 911 of some sort. But it's definitely one of those 3 cars I just mentioned. So yeah, there's that one. Yeah, I think I've shown everything from this side of it, except for the mini GT cars now. The one I'm showing now, it came in this box, and actually, after this live stream's done, I'm probably going to be putting all these mini GT cars either back into their boxes or back into that storage case thing, but probably back into their boxes because then it's still kind of easier to do it either way. But I might just keep them in this thing and just leave the boxes empty, so that way, in case I need to get them, I don't have to, open up my shoe box thing full of mini GT cars. And yes, you might find that funny that I just said that, but that's what I'm using for housing a lot of my mini GT diecast cars right now is a shoebox thing. I honestly don't know what made me think of using that for storing these cars, but it just made me think of it because I was getting kind of tired of having all these cars in here bang around and possibly break. So yeah. This one is the Porsche 911 Targa 4S Heritage Design Edition in Cherry Red from Mini GT. So this is actually a more special one, and it does say 50 on there and Porsche on the bottom. This is a 50th anniversary Porsche car from Mini GT. There's that one. I will be showing 2 Mini GT Porsche 911 Carrera 4S cars. One's in GT Silver Metallic. The other one is in Miami Blue, which really looks more like a aqua blue in a way. So here's this 911 Carrera 4S. Now, the Targa 4S and 911 Carrera 4S, all of these cars are actually 4-wheel drive for their drivetrains in real life. Although I do believe the engine for these is in the front, I think. Possibly the back. I'm not quite sure. Again, I'm not a huge Porsche expert outside of the diecast car stuff. So, and because some of these are coming in very special, unique colors, and I have been to a Porsche dealership, but they don't have the ones in these specific colors there. So because of that, I couldn't tell you the horsepower and things like that on there because I didn't even, Google stuff like that up. But I will say that most of these Porsche cars I'm showing for the Porsche and Roof Mini GT cars, they probably have more than 400 horsepower easily. Here's this one, and here's the box for it. All right, there's that one shown. Next is the silver one in the GT Silver Metallic. Same car, just silver. Here's the car. Here's the box for the car. And yes, every Mini GT box does come with a number on there. So, like I said, these are limited production numbers. In fact, most Mini GT cars, they make less than 10,000 of each model of, which is less than M2 Machines premium cars for any car they make. Because most of those M2 Machines cars are like 9,600, something like that. And as far as I'm aware, I've never seen an M2 Machines Porsche car. If they do make one, I would consider buying it. I really do like the silver on this one. Between this one and that other one I showed, I probably like the blue one better than the silver one, but the silver just looks so nice, though, on this one. I will be showing 12 Mini GT cars in this live stream, by the way. 8 of them are Porsche, 4 of them are Mini GT roof cars. And yes, Mini GT is super highly detailed. And the only reason I say that is because they detail everything on the cars so much, actually. More than Hot Wheels or Matchbox do, unless you are getting the premium ones, like Hot Wheels Matchbox Collector-like stuff. Next, I will be showing 2 different color versions of the Porsche 911 GT2 RS. One's in racing yellow, the other's Miami blue. And actually, the one in Miami blue is a special package version. It's the Size package, or Size package, however you pronounce the special package edition version of that car. The one in racing yellow is just the basic one, so the one in blue is the more special one. So I will show both of them right now, actually. And you'll be able to tell why one of them's more special than the other one. So here's the base one, the non-special package edition one. There's the box for it. This one's number 136, so apparently I have number 136 out of however many they made of this one in total. This was probably one of my first Mini GT cars I got in my collection from my first or second trip to Colorado Diecast, I believe, but that was quite a few years ago, so I can't recall exactly if this was from my first or second trip ever to that store. And if you haven't seen the pictures of Colorado Diecast, I do have those on my channel. There's 24 different parts of those pictures of the store and what they sell in there. Now, this car in real life, I believe it's a flat 6 engine, and it's producing close to 700 horsepower. The special package version edition should be getting about 700 or closer to 700 horsepower, I believe. This is the GT2 RS from 2018, I believe, because Mini GT has not made the 2022 or 2023 version, and the only reason I say that is because I don't think Porsche has a 23-year model of the GT2 RS quite yet. Because if they did, it would probably have more horsepower, same engine, just more power, and a bigger price tag for the real-life car, that is. Right, so here's the special package version in the Miami blue. Miami blue kind of looks like an aqua teal blue to me in a way. So here it is. Out of these two I'm showing, I kind of like this blue one better. It just looks so much nicer and cleaner looking in a way. And not to mention, this is the special package version edition, not just the basic model of the GT2 RS. Alright, so I've shown those. I've shown those. I've shown you. Isn't that one's also in there? Never mind. Sorry, I just realized I have to be aware that some of them might be empty for these things I'm showing. Next is a 911 Turbo. They do have this one in yellow, I believe, there, but the yellow just didn't look that great to me. The silver just looks so much nicer and shinier looking. I think I just accidentally made up a word called nicier, which isn't even a real word in this live stream. It's kind of funny I just said that by accident. That was kind of a funny mistake I did. And to be honest, it wasn't really planned that, that had happened. Here's the box for it. This one's numbered 354 out of however many they made in total. And I'm only saying out of however they made in total because I don't know how many they made of this one in total. But like I said, most of the Mini GT cars, they probably make less than 5,000 of them for any of their cars. I want to say the highest they've made was like close to 5,000. I think it was 45 or 4,600, somewhere in that range. But they make less than 5,000 of every Mini GT per each model. Not just the Porsche ones, but also the roof ones I will be showing in this live too. And here's the car itself. Now this is a flat six engine, I believe, as well. It's also four-wheel drive, just like those other previous few Porsche cars I've shown. This is a turbo one, so it's not the Carrera 4S, this is the Turbo S. This one produces more horsepower than those Carrera S ones, I believe. This one's supposedly getting like close to 600 horsepower. And I think this one from like 2020, 2021 or 2, I think. Just because of the taillights and the headlights designed on here. And I gotta say, this is probably in my top 5 favorite Mini GT Porsche cars I have. Because this one just looks so nice. And the spoiler on there just looks really nice. And it's really smooth, actually. And let's see, there's two more Mini GT Porsche cars before I get into the roof cars. I'm going to show this one right now. This is the Porsche 911 GT3. Now, this is the newest year one. I do have this same exact color version from Hot Wheels, I believe, but they didn't call it Shark Blue. It's just in a blue color similar to this one. So here's the box. Mine's number 381 out of however many they made in total of this car. And here's the car itself. I have to be really careful with this one because that wing back there could fall off, possibly, if not taken care of properly. So there's the headlights, the hood and grille, and other stuff up front on the hood. There's the spoiler, taillights, back of the car details, and stuff like that. All right, so there's that one. That's everything almost shown from this first half of the storage case thing that I'm using. I'm gonna get all of these out at the same time just so I can be done with this side of it, because the rest of them won't be Mini GT cars. Now, before I get into the roof ones, I do have one more Porsche one I have to show. This one is probably my favorite one ever of the Porsche ones I have. I mean, those Miami blue ones and that one that I just showed, the shark blue one, look really nice, but this one just looks so nice. This is the Porsche 911 GT3 Touring. This is kind of like, a Sunday driver kind of like thing, like a car you would take for a nice relaxing cruise out of town somewhere kind of Porsche car that Mini GT made. And yes, the wheel rim is painted gold, I believe, or in a gold-like color. And yes, this blue is different from all the other blue ones I showed. And this one was numbered 405. So actually, all of these cars I have for their numbers are numbered even less than 1,000, which means that I wasn't the 405th person to get this one or anything like that. That's just the number that mine says on the box. So that was number 405 out of however many they made of that one in total. And this one was 381 out of however many they made in total. This was 435, 303, 344, 136, and 461. So actually, this Porsche I have is a lower number one than all of those other ones. So this 911 GT2 RS, I got number 136 out of total production, which is really low, actually, if you ask me. Now, if it was number one, like the very first one they made, I would not have opened it. But if it was, like 2 or 3, same thing, I wouldn't open it. And for the roof cars I'm showing, I have 451 number out of total production for the blue one. Yellow is 358, green is 385, and the roof rodeo, which is a special one, is 421. So actually, out of all of these, the yellow anniversary is the lowest production numbered one I have from the roof mini GT cars in total. I'm gonna start it off by actually showing the highest made, well, the higher number production one I have in total, which will be the blue one. So here it is for the box for this roof one, the CTR anniversary in the dark blue color. Now, thank goodness they called this one dark blue, because they are making another blue version of this CTR anniversary from Mini GT and roof in a lighter blue color, even lighter than the Miami blue colors and the shark blue from the Porsche cars. And then I think it's in some sort of European name, which makes it really confusing of what the color name is going to be called. But here's this blue one. The blue looks really nice on it. I gotta say, out of all the Mini GT roof anniversaries, this is my favorite colored one. I mean, that dark blue is just so nice on this one. Right, there's that one shown, done. Next is going to be the rodeo, because it's numbered 421 out of total for their cars production numbers for the Mini GT model. So here's the box for it. This is the roof rodeo, and it's the presentation model. I think they're going to make a full-on rally version of this one. So because this is just the presentation, like, showing what it'll look like before it goes racing kind of model, it is still four-wheel drive because it's a rally car and stuff. So yeah. Oh, shoot. I just realized, I just know what fell off. It's missing a front light thingy up there now. Well, I didn't notice that until now, but this is now missing the front headlight thing. I just realized that right now. Oh well. It still looks pretty nice, even without that one small headlight up there. Gonna have to find it. I think that's somewhere else right now, but I'm not going to worry about it. Still like this one in general, just because it's a really special looking car. Now, you may want to think of this roof rodeo I showed as the 911 Safari car in a way from Matchbox. Next one I'm showing is the green anniversary edition. This is probably my second favorite color of the anniversary editions. The yellow is nice because it's the classic looking one, similar to the roof CTR Yellowbird, but it's not the Yellowbird. It's an anniversary edition of the Yellowbird, though. So here's the green one of the CTR anniversary edition. Here's the box. The color is actually called Irish green. I don't know why, but it is. Once the Mini GT cars are done and Par 64 cars are done, the rest of the life should be relatively easier to get by. Last one is the yellow anniversary colored one. It's called Blossom Yellow. I don't know if it's because it's the yellow they use on the CTR Yellowbird or not, but I think it might be, only because it looks similar to the Yellowbird. I mean, this looks really similar to the Yellowbird from Roof that Mini GT made. But that one was from 87, actually, and that was one of Roof's fastest production cars in real life. It could go close to 220 miles per hour, top speed-wise, and it didn't have as much horsepower compared to some of these other cars back in the day. Because Ferrari and Lamborghini and all those other car companies, that, this car went up against for the Yellowbird version, not this anniversary edition, because it's a FAT from Gran Turismo 5, I think. What it mentioned on the car's description for that Roof CTR Yellowbird, it was faster than some sports supercars back in its day. I can't recall exactly which ones that Roof was able to beat top speed-wise, but it was really quick. So here it is. This is the anniversary edition in the Blossom Yellow color. And I gotta say, it does look really nice because it kind of goes back to the roots of the Yellowbird from Roof, which Mini GT does make, but it does look slightly a bit more different compared to the Yellowbird. I don't know how, but it just does, because they call this the anniversary edition instead of the Yellowbird. They could have just really called that the Yellowbird anniversary edition colors, or some sort of something like that for the color of that car. They could have just called this one Yellowbird anniversary colors for the yellow color. It would have made more sense. And to be honest, they probably would have sold out of that a lot more sooner. But because it looks so similar, they don't really have to do that, because I still think that one would sell out pretty quick because it looks very similar to it. JJ Hot Wheels, thanks for joining. For everyone that is here, don't forget the live stream I did on Sunday. If you haven't already done it, comment 400 or hashtag 400 if you want to be entered in that subscriber shoutout. Please don't forget to do that, because if you don't do that, you won't be entered in that shoutout thing that's ending this Sunday on my channel from the live stream I did Sunday of last weekend, which is about 3 to 4 days ago as of today, right now, while I'm doing this very live stream. Here's the Par 64 cars. There's a CTR and a CTR2. Now, the CTR2 does get the most horsepower out of all the roof cars from the 80s and 90s. This one, horsepower was 520. This one, drivetrain is four-wheel drive. I believe it's a flat six engine. Now, this had more horsepower than most Porsche cars did back in that time, I believe, except for the race cars, obviously, because it wasn't a race car. But to be honest, I've never seen this car in real life, and if I did, I would be really happy to, because it's a really nice car. And actually, I wouldn't mind seeing any roof car in real life, because they always get more horsepower than Porsche cars did back in their time frame. And I think to this day, I wanted to touch base on a roof SUV called the Roof Dakara, because that thing can go about 212 miles per hour, I think. Well, it can go over 200, which is faster than the Porsche Cayenne turbos could go, as of even the newer models, surprisingly. And I'm just finding this very interesting. Why haven't anyone raced those two side by side to see which one's really the faster one? 0 to 60 times, 0 to 100, and full out top speed on some sort of drag racing area, because I just think that would be really cool if someone was to do that. But anyways, I'm only mentioning that because, roof cars had more horsepower than Porsche cars back then, and they probably still do to this day, not including the race cars, because Roof doesn't make race cars like Porsche does. Because I don't believe Roof ever entered in any motorsport racing events, except for the rally because of the road area. So yeah, I think that's why they don't do Le Mans, stuff like that. Now, I'm not really sure how many more cars I'm planning on showing, because I'm realizing that I may have to do a part 2 of this, only because I have 40 plus cars in this live stream that I'm planning on showing, and if I show only one at a time, it's going to be a bit longer. So here's these two, Zamac and car from the vintage Porsche 5-pack from Hot Wheels. These are both Hot Wheels cars, actually. Zamac 935 or 934.5, and an old Porsche 911 Carrera. Hey, Jared. Chio, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm just showing all my Porsche with RWB cars from my ones that I have right now in my collection. I may not be able to show all of them, only because this is taking a bit longer than planned. I didn't really plan a time for how long this was going to be. I was just going to show them all anyways, which was the whole point of this live stream. But to be honest, I may have to do a part 2 because there's a lot more cars than I thought. And I'm just going to point out the obvious. I am getting slightly, somewhat, I wouldn't say bored, but more tired because, I have to keep reaching into these things and opening them up every few seconds just to show the cars. But I'm not saying that to, end the live stream sooner. I'm just saying that because that's the reality of what I'm doing. Although I'm doing it for my subscribers, really. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my subscribers. So if my subscribers, like this, that's why I'm doing it. And also doing stuff like this makes me happy too. Because you never really appreciate the diecast cars you have in your collection until you make videos or post or do a live stream about them and realize you actually have more cars from a certain brand in your collection until you go through all the places or things you have them stored in and take them out and then, do a video or a live stream of them or maybe post pictures of them too. So this is the Taycan Turbo S, and there's the Panamera Hybrid, is what these two ones are. They are both four-wheel drive. I believe the Panamera makes slightly more horsepower or close. This one makes horsepower close to that one, although this one's fully electric, so this one is limited for its top speed. This one has a hybrid V8 engine, so this one should be making like 500 to 700 horsepower, I believe, because it's a hybrid V8 engine. Now, this is the only Macedo car, however you pronounce that brand's name, that I will be showing of a Porsche car in this live stream. It is a 959. I do have like one or two other Porsche 959 cars I'm going to be showing in this live. So, yeah. Now, this is not the rally car version because it doesn't look like the rally decals and paint job version. This just looks more like the street legal version because Porsche did make a street legal version of this car to go along with the rally car. This one has 450 horsepower. I'm not sure how much horsepower the rally car makes, but I want to say the rally car probably has 300 to 500 horsepower. I mean, this 959 rally car, the one I have in Forza Horizon 5, I believe, is very fast because you're able to upgrade it there. Now, occasionally here and there I will be mentioning like stories, video games, stuff like that, but I'm only mentioning them because they relate to the diecast cars I'm showing in this live stream. So hopefully you're all okay with that. And I'm really hoping that for some reason nothing bad happens to this live stream because I'm mentioning stuff like that in this live stream. All that I'm hoping for is that by mentioning some of these names and stuff like that, there's no copyright problems of any kind. Here's the old 914 from Matchbox. Well, this is technically the Volkswagen Porsche 914, actually, to be more technically correct. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do a part 2 because I'm about 5 to 6 minutes from getting to an hour long now for this live stream. So because of that, I'm probably going to wrap it up here relatively soon. 934 RSR 3.0. This is a race car, so you will never see this one on the streets because of that. And I don't know how rare this one is in real life, but it's got to be pretty rare for an 80s or 90s Porsche race car. Horsepower, I don't know. Top speed, don't know. 0 to 60, don't know. 0 to 100, don't know. Now, I'm only saying that because I'm not a Porsche expert of, every Porsche car ever invented for top speed, price, and all of those statistical facts. So, yeah. I'm probably just going to call it on the live stream here right about now because apparently I had way more cars than I thought I did for this live stream. So, I will have a part 2 for this, but for right now, just gonna end the live stream by showing it, because that was my plan anyways. I mean, I really wanted to show all the Porsche cars, but then I realized that it was just gonna take way more time than I thought to do that. So this is the Speed Machine's chase car. It's the chase to this one. So here they are side by side. You can easily compare the two of them, so that way you know what to look for the chase and non-chase version. I had to get both of these from Color to Diecast, which is why there's a sticker on this card saying Chase Color to Diecast, obviously. And I had to get this one at Diecast too, because the two that we had at my I think it was my Walmart store, which is technically considered the local one, because it's one of the closer ones to me. That is. Anyways, both of them were completely taken out of the card. Made me not really happy that it happened, and especially for something that has plastic instead of rubber tires. And they weren't even the chase versions. They just took both of these from that Walmart store completely out of the card. And I'm like, well, if I'm ever going to find this Porsche for the Speed Machine set, probably just better off getting it from Color to Diecast, because A, they never take anything out of the cards there at that store out in Parker. B, you won't be able to do that, because if you did, they have security cameras and so many people in there to block people from exiting the store. And also, one of the two people working in that store would notice something would seem a bit off. But anyways, I don't want to mention more about that, because that's a topic for a different day. Now, I'm only mentioning that because of the Porsche Speed Machines being technically stolen out of the packaging from the Walmart store, which is why I had to get that and the chase at Diecast on the same day of Sunday of last weekend. All right, I'm gonna end the live stream right now. Not just because those were the cars I was gonna plan on ending the live stream with, but that's just because I had already planned on ending the live stream with just showing this one, but I had to show both just so you could compare the two side by side, so you know what to look for in this new Speed Machines 5-car set. Technically, this kind of feels like the 6 car because it's the chase car, but technically it's 0 out of 5, so it's kind of the hardest one to find actually. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this live stream. Part 2 is probably just going to be mostly Hot Wheels and Matchbox ones, not the premium ones. Bye everyone, thanks for watching and joining. I'll see you all next time. Also, like I said, be on the lookout for that part 2 for this live stream for the Porsche cars, because that's just going to be more Porsche focused ones. This was, a bunch of them, Porsche roof and RWB, so because of that, it took a bit longer to do. But to be honest, I didn't really care about the time. I just felt like showing as many cars as I could in this live stream, because it makes me happy and it makes other people happy that they get to see them. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here in this live stream. And I'm going to mention 2 things before I officially end it. One, don't forget to enter the 400 subscriber shout out contest I have going on. Now, it's not going to be for this live stream comment section. It's going to be on the one from Sunday, which was 3 to 4 days ago. And if you haven't seen it, I'll put the link below on the comments of this live stream and the specifics of how to enter that 400 subscribers shout out contest thing, so I can mention your channel if you are one of 3 winners. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And also, just thank you all so much for being here. And don't forget to be on the lookout for part 2 of the Porsche roof RWB showcase live stream sometime this week or weekend. I might possibly have time to do it later on today. I just don't know. It really just depends on if I am able to do it and if I feel like doing it, because sometimes I get busy later in the day and then just completely forget that, hey, I'm supposed to be doing my other live stream kind of thing. But if I do the other live stream, I'll let you know by dropping a video or a post on my channel, so be on the lookout for that if I do plan on doing part 2 of this showcase of showing these cars for the concluding part of the live stream. So that way you can see all the Porsche roof RWB cars I have in my diecast cars collection as of right now. which is bizarre that I say that because I'm still missing one or two, I think, and I just can't seem to find them. Well, that's it for this live. Bye.